Hello everyone, welcome to Court with Krissy. While I've only been around for the last 276 days, I still decided to compile my top 10 collection of court clips from 2024. You might notice there is one group of people missing. There are 0 soft sits. If you want to catch that stupidity, I'm still nice and I've included a playlist of all the soft sits captured in 2024 in the description, along with links to all the top 10 videos. I hope you like it. I'll see you in 2025. Happy New Year. Court with Krissy is now in session.
Your Honor, my car is not moving. Just not that you're too concerned, but I'm just at my son's football practice. But I didn't want you to think I was flouting the rules and driving.
No, I can see the trees behind you are stationary. So
Yes, sir.
unless you got some really, really good CGI going there, except that you're not driving.
It's actually it's a good idea.
Okay, and we have
For a not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Jones. Is this a situation that neighbors over a dog that wouldn't shut up?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. Okay, what is your bond recommendation, Mr.
No, don't say anything.
For a tether with a curfew. And the reason for the tether, Your Honor, is that they live next door to each other. There's a dog living there. A dog usually barks at some point. And I think this would be just a continuing problem if he wasn't monitored in some fashion while this matter is pending. Allegedly, he says the dog was barking for over 5 minutes. He comes out on the porch, starts yelling at the neighbor. She's yelling back at him. He says, if you don't shut that dog up, I'll put a bullet in that dog. And
I know, I read the facts. One may argue the dog needs a tether.
A muzzle would be good.
A muzzle tether? Yeah, whatever.
Oh, muzzle. Anyhow, Your Honor, and he said, he admitted he owns lots of guns. He says, I didn't point it at her, but I think that personal bond is fine, but I really think monetization is key.
A tether to his house where the incident allegedly occurred.
Correct. So let me ask you this,
Mr. Ragnar. Let me ask you this.
Yes.
Is he more a danger to the dog or to the neighbor?
I think they're both about pretty even right now, Your Honor. I think he's a danger to both. And the reason for the tether, Your Honor, is that, and you're going to put in there in an order, I'm sure, that you have no contact, you shouldn't talk to her, you shouldn't do all those things, okay? And
what about the dog? No contact with the dog, too? Don't forget about the dog.
All he can do is call the dog pound, I suppose. I don't know. But I really, I'm very concerned about the welfare of the neighbor, Your Honor, the victim in this alleged victim.
And not the dog?
Dog, I love dogs, and I'm concerned about the dog as well. More about Mr. Murad could watch the dog while this case is pending. But for the dog, there'd be no problems with the neighbors. Correct, Mr. Ragnar? That seems, I think we would probably agree with that.
Mr. Jones, don't say anything, sir.
Mr. Murad.
I said Mr. Renan, I'm sorry.
All right, Mr. Murad, what do you got to say?
Mr. Murad, what is your response?
On behalf of Mr. Jones, I don't have anything besides an OWI. He does take some medication for some high blood pressure, other physical issues like diabetes. He has an 81-year-old mother that he lives with that he takes care of. Just 2 things that I'm going to point out.
Mr. Rod, let me clarify. I got a couple questions. No, there's no problem with a personal bond. I just need you to answer 2 questions to argue whether tether, and then what's the dog's name?
Don't say anything, Mr. Jones.
I don't know the dog's name.
The dog's
name?
The dog's name is personal, and his last name is
Bond. James Bond.
What up,
Would you be able to turn your video on?
No, thank you. Not at this time.
You'll need to turn down your volume.
Okay.
And you are Michael Griffith?
Yes.
And Ms. Mistley has indicated that you do not wish to have her represent you for the probation violation arraignment. So are you going to represent yourself this morning?
Yes, I'll be representing myself. I'm not here to participate in today's shenanigans, so to speak. I'm merely here to make a statement and allow the court to know where I stand on this matter. So whenever you're ready for my statement.
Okay. Well, you're here for allegations on a probation violation.
I'm sorry, if we could be clear for the record, let's be clear. I'm not anywhere. Technically, I'm physically located in the state of Texas right now. A Zoom meeting per Title 18 of the Criminal Code does not represent me being present before magistrate, so I'm not anywhere. This is not a legal or official court proceeding. This is me notifying the court of my state of my statement. As I said, I'm not physically located in your courtroom. You don't have that jurisdiction over me.
That's fine. The court will indicate that you failed to appear for your probation violation arraignment, and we will issue
I did not fail. No, I'm sorry. I need that record amended too. I did not fail to appear. The only notification that I received from the court was for this Zoom meeting to which I've attended. The court did not require me to show up in person. The court did not give me the option of showing up in person. So I have fulfilled all obligations as per the mailed notice that I received.
Okay. Well, you're welcome to think like that and to have that attitude. Again, if you fail to participate in the arraignment this morning and you're indicating that you are not here, the court will indicate that you failed to participate and appear for your probation violation arraignment, and will schedule bench warrant. And you're all set?
No, ma'am. Again, you misunderstood. I would appreciate not being muted. If you're going to make false allegations, please allow me to defend myself. I never said that I wasn't participating. In fact, I very clearly stated that I am. Yes, I'll be representing myself. I'm not here to participate in today's shenanigans, so to speak. I'm merely here to make a statement and allow the court to know where I stand on this matter. So whenever you're ready for my statement. I would appreciate not being muted. If you're going to make false allegations, please allow me to defend myself. I never said that I wasn't participating. In fact, I very clearly stated that I am participating. I am just not physically located in your courtroom, and I merely wanted the record to reflect that I am not physically located in your courtroom and therefore not directly under your jurisdiction. But I am happy to participate in the hearings as much as I feel I should.
With regards to the case ending in 6941, he's got the same offenses: motorized cart violation, driving without a valid license, an expired or no license plate. Are these different?
Your Honor, there's a Broderick and a Roderick. They're twins, I think.
Oh, is that what it is?
Are twins, Your Honor. Broderick and Roderick.
I've got Broderick, and Miss McLeod has Roderick. I hope. Okay.
I thought I had Roderick, but then I was sent the information for Broderick with the B, but I believe I spoke to Roderick with the R.
You did. It should have been Broderick, but I don't think the conflict is such. I talked to Broderick. I don't think we've got a huge conflict.
I spoke to Roderick.
I didn't catch the B and the R difference, so I do apologize. Where are the two brothers, the two famous brothers?
Yeah. They're twins. Who's in the chair?
Who is Broderick? Who is Broderick?
It's me.
All right. And Roderick?
Yeah, it's me.
All right. All right, you two. And Miss McLeod, whoever's got the prettiest smile, that's the one you can take.
Oh,
look at them. Okay. Who's your client?
Any questions?
Just one.
Is a question right now going through the plea, or is that a question later for sentencing?
It's just I have a math question. I just want to know if it's fictional or a fact.
Math is usually not fiction. Why
Yeah.
it's math.
And yeah, so I'd just like to be explained, like, how the math works. So I'm pretty good at math.
You want me to get a math professor in here to explain it? Because I'm not a mathematician.
That's what he said.
That he's not a mathematician because he's not, because quite honestly, we go to law school, so we don't have to do math, but we have to do math in our job. What's your question?
Just to know if this is fictional or factual.
I don't know what this is.
Would you like me to?
No, what is this, Mr. Keene?
I think it's great. The issue, and it's brought up with Ms. Anderson, is he had a question about the grams per 100 milliliters.
Dude,
and
that's a scientific question. You can call up the scientists or the lab analysts that do that. I'm not in charge of that. And the legislature makes up the laws. I'm in charge of following and enforcing the laws.
Okay.
So what's your question? You think that you were below the limit, above the limit, beyond the limit, how they came up with the limit?
According to this, I was not above the limit.
Okay, and that's like a AI chatbot thing, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Maybe it's wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
An AI chatbot?
But
Are we using artificial intelligence?
It's just that I was measured in thousands, and the law goes by hundreds.
You can have a trial if you want.
I am so great to have a trial. I love having trials, especially when the lab analyst comes, and especially when then it completely opens up to the maximum penalties. That's great and fine with me. Is that what you wish to do, and have a lab analyst up here to explain all of the scientific reasoning behind the calculations and behind their testing?
Just take me to jail.
Okay, I think that's his way of saying he's not rushing to press the point, Your Honor.
All right.
Joseph Favre, on behalf.
Yes, sir.
Joseph Favre, on behalf of Miss Goodman. Miss Goodman she has some medical records that she's waiting for that she thinks will be pertinent on this case, and it's going to be a few weeks before we get those. So if I could have I think 3 weeks.
They told me today 3 weeks. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I was just letting you know 3 weeks.
All right. Do we need to have Ms. Goodman show up in person?
I think she can keep herself muted, hopefully.
Yeah, all right.
Let him in. It's the cops, baby. I know. Let the cops in.
Have her show up in person.
He's on the phone with her.
She doesn't know how to do this. We'll do you're in person, okay, Ms. Goodman? November 14th at 1 p.m.
In person?
Absolutely.
Yep. At the courthouse.
Okay. Sorry, the cops were knocking, so I just wanted to make sure I heard that right.
There's too much going on there. You need to come to court. I can't deal with this. All right.
Okay.
On the 31st of July at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
The arraignment.
I get to go home?
You're talking on page 12 when I'm on page 2. So we're nowhere near talking about that yet. So don't even think about whether you're getting out or not. Listen to what I'm saying instead.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
So on those felony charges, I am placing a $1,500 bond on you. So you'll remain in custody unless you... Hold on. You'll remain in custody unless you post that bond.
I, with all due respect, Your Honor, I have some reasons why I should be able to go home. I have no money. I have... my husband is disabled and elderly, and the state pays me to take care of him.
Is that the co-defendant?
Yeah.
Okay, well, he's in custody also, so you don't have to do that.
Yeah, but he has fewer charges than me, so I
okay, well, you won't have to worry about that as of now. Okay, so
I I have a little cat, and I have absolutely no one to take care of her.
Okay, so ma'am, those are not going to be valid reasons that you're being released, and here's why. Here, hold on. You're still wanting to talk. Hold on.
It adds up, and if you do the math on how many fines and costs and all added up in these two cases, it's probably more than it would cost to have an attorney help you get your license back. So that being the third time without a license, so she knew what was coming. So again, it all stems from not having the license restored. So that's what she's got to do, Judge.
And I understand all of that. I don't even, my dad didn't even, he's gonna sell my truck. He can't even get tags on it because of my driving convictions, and I was very, I apologize. I know better than this. I have ailments. And they're not excuses by all means. I'm 46 years old. I know better than this. My truck is parked. I'm losing my truck as opposed to all of this. I've learned my lesson. You will never see my face in this courtroom again if you've given me a chance. And I promise you that. This is the first time I've ended up in this courtroom. And if given a chance, Your Honor, you will never, ever see me again. And I know that I'm not probationable, but even if you put me on a non-report probation until my fines and costs are paid off, and I don't do these and I get in trouble during this time, then you can throw me in jail and throw the book at me and make me, but you'll never see me again. And I swear. I mean, after going to prison, I reported parole I went through successfully with no violations. And up until just this last year with these driving convictions, I hadn't gotten in any trouble. You know, I'm sick. My mom is sick. You'll never see me again.
All right.
I should never say that, but
this
has been really hard.
Okay, hang on, please. Sorry to cut you off. I'd like to believe that you're this time going to not violate the law anymore. It's a little hard to believe, but
no, I promise you. Just give me a chance, one chance, just a chance to prove to you that I'm being honest. I will.
So by my count, you have 18 prior convictions. So, we're asking for another chance. It almost seems like you've had 18 prior chances. You still keep coming back.
No, I've never been into this courtroom. I've never. Just one chance, Your Honor. One chance.
And yes, you have. Yes, you have. You've been in.
I have.
Slow down, ma'am. Let me respond. So you have been here before, because I remember you.
Okay. I'm sorry. I couldn't remember if I was here or not. I thought I was in Kalkaska. I'm sorry.
My 1990 Honda Civic, which I have had for 17 years, goes right by you. It is an old car. It's an old looking car. But why did you take it upon yourself, upon me, merely driving by, to just simply get behind me immediately upon me? Upon me going by.
Because you were not wearing your seatbelt.
How could you see me not wearing a seatbelt? Okay.
Hold on a minute. You asked him a question. You got to let him answer. How is it? The question is, how did you see him not wearing a seatbelt?
The way my vehicle was positioned, and your vehicle being in the lane closest to me, I've been doing this a lot of years. I spot seatbelt violations a lot. Okay, so I'm able to see through your window, through the pillar, that you are not wearing your seatbelt.
Was my passenger window rolled up?
I don't recall. You have no tint on your windows, so.
I do. The window was rolled up. And is there a reason that I could not open that door?
Yes.
Which is?
A variety of different reasons.
Such as?
Officer safety is the main one.
Shut the door. Let me see your hands. Put your hands on the steering wheel. I'm not messing around. OC? Pepper spray, flashlight, what is it?
Yeah, I got pepper spray, I got a flashlight. What'd you pull
Do you have guns?
No, what'd you pull
Okay,
me over for?
step out.
What'd you pull me over for? I demand. I want your
Step
name
out
and
and get your
number.
license.
Mr. T.
Dunlap, badge number
I
19.
want everything.
Give me your license.
I'm going by, and then he pulls out immediately. I'm like, what is he doing? He stated that he saw me put on a seatbelt. Okay. I would like to take this belt off right here. I would like to use it to illustrate a seatbelt. I have a suspenders on, so my pants is not going to go down.
You may proceed. All right, you can go ahead and retake your seat there on the witness stand and continue with your direct testimony.
I saw myself being followed by Mr. Dunlap, but I did not recognize who the officer was because I could not see the officer.
I have nothing further.
Now, based upon the questions that she asked you, do you want to add anything to your testimony?
No, pardon me a bit. For some reason, I don't know why I'm having a small stomach ache. I have no idea.
Would you like to take a short break?
No, I'd really like to kind of get this done, maybe.
Okay, well, go ahead and collect what you brought up with you and just retake your place at the table.
It is amazing. It's hilarious. I hope you like it. Court with Krissy is now in session.
City of Newark for the first time to attend a court hearing, and I was also on business locally.
Okay.
So I did have a truck, but I have never been in this area before. I appeared for this court hearing, and I appeared an hour early because I had a truck and trailer. I had to scour the area for a proper legal parking spot because I had both a truck and trailer. And I didn't want to cause any problems to anybody. I didn't want my vehicle to be towed and pounded or no nothing. And yes, I have 30 years. So I stepped out of the truck. There was some construction activity, as he stated. I did a walk around of the parking spot, so that to make sure I wasn't going to obstruct anybody, and I didn't want to get in. I didn't want to have no trouble. I didn't know about this area back there until after we went downstairs, but there's signs up saying no parking, so a subject like myself coming in would see that you couldn't park there. But anyway, I went downstairs and I came by, and he asked me for my identification. I go, for parking? I go, I thought you wanted me to, what was going on? I had no reason to be rude or disrespectful, but then he wanted to issue me a ticket, and then I got upset. I got very upset. I had all bases covered, and yes, I took pictures on this thing, the walk around and everything. And yes, I took up 2 parking spots because I have 2 vehicles. I was not over the lines in any way, shape, or form, as he says. I can resubmit that, and I had some measurements on there that I took with the wheel.
You stated that when you were out there cooking, I guess your lunch on the back of your
Breakfast
on the back of your truck.
Trailer, yeah, or truck, yeah.
You observed that vehicles were able to go around your trailer.
Yes, and truck in the front.
Okay, but they had to go around.
Not around.
Well, those were your words.
Okay, they had no trouble going through.
But you wouldn't disagree that your trailer and your truck were beyond the painted white lines.
They were not.
But you do admit that it was across. It was straddling 2 parking spaces.
It is straddling two vehicles, 2 parking spaces.
Okay, and you would agree that there were other spaces around the city, including the parking lot across the street, where you could have parked.
No, I wasn't. No.
Did you ask anybody?
No.
Okay.